Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently a protectorate of Britain. Britain will protect us, and that's actually not costing us that much. We've also joined their market, which will be convenient for us once we work a bit on our market access. That is going to be a thing. We can't build railroads yet. That just went away. I mean, market access is a little bit low. But apparently it's working now after I restarted the game. Presumably we just needed to get this connection flowing a little bit better, and it worked up over time, I guess. Interesting. Well, we knew that we needed to get this sea connection going, right? That was absolutely something that we needed. Now, we are a little bit weaker in terms of our regular battalions. There's no doubt about that. And that, of course, is because we swapped from peasant levies here, which gives us 25 barracks max level, over to national militia, which is much lower barracks max level. For now, that's okay. We're going to want to switch to professional army eventually, but for now, it's fine. We're working on our tooling at the moment, and we also want to get these iron mines done. Now, there is currently 27.7% construction efficiency malice in Eritrea, which is fully expected. I do want to just make sure, yeah, we're doing violent suppression over there right now. Cool. Now, I do want to take over additional territories over here at some point. Is now the time for that, is the question we need to be asking. We have no debt. We're working on these constructions. It's slow going. We are on iron frame buildings, which did help matters a lot. Hardwood, explosive, and man-o'-wars shortages. Okay. As a curiosity, what would end up happening? We don't need hardwood ourselves, but what would end up happening if we exported hardwood? Well, for one thing, we can go to sawmills. That will hurt our tool production, but that's fine for now. We're in the British market. That shouldn't be that big of a deal. What if we go to hardwood production? I think that's actually beneficial for us. Within the British market. Not within our own market, to be clear. But that will help the hardwood production situation here. So that looks good. I want to take a look at resources. We can build additional logging camps. 1. And I'll queue that up at the end of the list. Gold discovered in British Columbia. To be expected. How much are these going to cost us? 5k each? Okay, we'll build 1 level of construction in Shua and see how that goes. That number is not usually directly correlated to how much we're actually spending here, so we'll see how it feels. I would very much like to get additional construction built up here. That would be very nice. Hey, look at that. We're actually building in this government administration as well. It's very, very small, no doubt about that. Minus 30% construction efficiency in Gondar. So we should probably do some violent suppression here as well. Much better. 5.1%. I like it. So that'll do, and as expected, we are a little bit negative here. I'm okay with running a small deficit for the moment, and we'll work on that. Tooling is currently considered expensive, as is iron and paper. Man-o'-wars, ammunition, artillery. A lot of this we can't really adjust, right? And that's fine. We're not really trying to at this moment. But we are building 2 things simultaneously. That's a good sign. And things are improving for us financially. Now, I would like to think about attacking these guys. Out of curiosity, they're not in anybody's market. I want to do a conquer state here. We believe Britain may side with us. Remember, we're a protectorate of Britain now. So that seems good. I'm going to mobilize these guys and send them out to the front. We'll leave these others on just garrison duty. That should be fine for now. And if we look at this actual situation here, they're currently uncertain. Britain is leaning towards us. We have no sway that Britain would accept right now. That's fine. We don't actually care. All we care about is that nobody helps out Isak, right? That would not be great. And they want war reps. Hilarious. So all we care about is that Britain is not being a colossal jerk, right? That's what we care about here. Are we seriously building 4 things simultaneously? Oh, it's because this tooling workshop is basically done. Yeah, that would be why. Okay, that's fine. I was just like, hang on a moment, but no, we're building 3 things simultaneously, which, to be clear, is good, but not where we want to be. We want to be a lot further along on that front. Speaking of fronts we want to be further along on, this one. So we don't care if Britain joins us or not. We're just happy that they're over here in this column, right? Not over here. Which they're very unlikely to be when we're their protectorate. They're very likely to be interested in us taking over territory over here. We might be able to leverage them to fight Egypt, actually, and get the Ethiopia sections that we need there. So that would be wonderful. We can also think about bringing up our military wages for purposes of this war, but judging by this, I don't think we need to. We're at an 80% advantage right now. We're in the countdown to war. Everybody's going to declare their neutrality. So I don't think we need to raise military wages here. We're going to have this government administration done soon. It's minus 5% construction efficiency in Gondar and minus 15 in Eritrea. Okay. That's not amazing, but we are at 30 construction now from the 17 we were at earlier. So that's looking really, really good. I'm very pleased about that, and let's see how this battle plays out here. Oh, we're easily winning that. Okay, perfect. I like it. That's looking really, really solid. So we should have this without any real problem. Beyond there, I think Barana is another interesting target, if I recall correctly. Yeah, 8+2 battalions. And then we get into the slightly stronger ones, 13+4 and 15+4. We should be able to defeat them. Make no mistake. It'll just take a little bit of time, so it's okay. Cool. We also need to keep in mind we have a lot of conscripts, right? We have access to 75 conscript battalions. It's just conscripts aren't amazing. So that's fine. We are currently working on 2 simultaneous iron mines. I like it. Minus 15% efficiency there, but has to be expected, all things considered. Cool. So this is basically under full occupation at this point. This war went exceedingly well, as we would expect. I would not expect that this would be any different. We need to own all of Amhara. Right, so that's basically just taking on Kaffa and Barana. That was indeed the plan. Harar would be after. Is Warsangali part of the nation of Ethiopia? No, and actually, funnily enough, Isak is not either. So that's fine. We can definitely continue to expand over here, and I'm completely okay with that. How are we doing for our infamy? 13.5? We'll let that drop for a bit. Cool. So 6 weeks on this iron mine. Just getting these 2 iron mines going is going to be a big deal. There's 4 iron mines available in Isak as well. We're probably not going to prioritize those. Egypt is improving relations with us. That's fascinating. We are up to 5.6 million in our GDP now. Most of our GDP growth, I want to be clear, has come via expansion. And that's going to continue to be the case for a little bit. But there we go. We've now got Somaliland under our control. I'm going to queue up the iron mines here, but I'm queuing those at the bottom of the list for now. We can move them up if we feel like we need to. For now, I want to get this done and be working on these government administrations in Gondar. That's going to be a very, very big deal, getting those done. Just in general, we need to work our way through this. 6.8K in unrealized taxes. Okay, that is quite a bit. No doubt about that. The intelligentsia are now influential. We could think about expanding our construction sector again, actually. I see glassworks in our private construction sector. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get this construction sector going. Beautiful. So we'll get 1 additional construction sector in here. Yes, we're going to be running a deficit for a bit. That is well understood. I want to check to see... Okay, we are at high tax levels. That's fine. What are we targeting for our actual construction amount? that's something that I need to figure out. What kind of a rule of thumb do I want for our construction amount versus our population growth? So we're at 38K right now. What are we thinking? Like 1 construction per 1,000 annual population growth or something? I don't know how that would feel. That might be a decent target, though. So we would round it up, and we'd be targeting 39 construction right now. So each one of these produces how much construction in total? 5 construction. So this would be our current construction target under that paradigm. We can see how that feels. It would be good to have a good rule of thumb on that. So I think that'll be fine. We're going to run a deficit on that. The thing that we need to be watching is to see how our unemployment and peasant numbers are doing in comparison to our pop growth, right? The cotton gin was just unlocked. That's nice. It's not very relevant, but it's nice. I mean, it is relevant insofar as we need to go down into lathe mechanical tools into railways, right? That is relevant in that regard. Cool. So we're at 40 right now. Yes, we're running a pretty decent deficit. I'm aware of this. It's completely fine. We're at plus 20K when not constructing. So that should be fine. We're going to work through our port in Eritrea, and then we're going to build a bunch of government administrations in Gondar. We do have reduced construction efficiency there. So I want to check some of these other locations. It's really just Gondar. Okay. The port in Eritrea is, of course, relatively important. I'm going to queue up one in Somaliland as well. But I don't think we're going to have it be quite like this. Minus 95% construction efficiency right now. We're going to move that guy right on down. We'll let that work its way through. We don't have any violent suppression there. We're short on authority to put one in. And I'd really like to promote a social mobility out over here, too. So I think for now, what we're going to do is we're going to finish constructing in Eritrea very soon. All we need left here at this point is this port. So we can drop this violent suppression in Eritrea here, and then go over to Somaliland. That would be the idea there. And then we can drop that once we're done constructing in Somaliland, which we really probably should bring these iron mines up, although definitely not up here. And we would bring up our port and do something kind of like this for the time being. So we'd be constructing in Somaliland for a while. Yeah, let's let this port in Eritrea finish up. Yes, we're at minus 15% construction efficiency here. Yes, we're at minus 5% in Gondar. That's okay. We're at 6 million GDP right now. That's looking good. And we have almost 6 million pop. Cool. Okay, so now we drop our violent suppression in Eritrea. And we move that into Somaliland. Like so. And then once we are done constructing in Somaliland, which we can see here, it's now at minus 65. Really? Still 65 construction efficiency. Well, we need to incorporate it. That's something I definitely did not forget to do. We need to incorporate Eritrea as well. Let's get those underway. In Somaliland, we do have high turmoil here right now. What is our policing setup? Oh, we should definitely work on going up to higher level law enforcement. No doubt about that. We have no schools right now. We'd like to change that. We'd like to change a lot of our laws, but we simply lack the technology to change a lot of them. Okay, so we're going to be wrapping up this glassworks. That's fine. 65% on that, huh? We're going to give this some time. We're going to build a few government administrations up here, work up our law enforcement, and we'll come back to these. I think that's the only way forward there. So we're going to run out of cash here fairly soon, and we're going to start going into debt. That's fine. We're going to work our way through these government administrations, and how are we doing here? 37.97? Okay, so we don't based on that completely made up rule of thumb, we don't need to increase our construction. Not right now, anyway. And in fact, our peasant numbers do seem to be dropping. So maybe that is a decent rule of thumb. I don't know. We'll see how it feels. So we're going to continue to work on these government administrations. Most of our problem here is unrealized taxes. Now, some of that is tax waste, some of it is uncollected taxes. We're working on both of them, so bringing up our law enforcement will be good. That will increase landowners' political strength, which isn't necessarily ideal. But we will want to get some reduced tax waste there. And we're collecting taxes in Gondar, of course. Yeah, minus 58% tax collection right now. Yikes. Okay, so what is the actual construction efficiency over here right now? Okay. 75.36, 35, 32. It's definitely dropping over time. Excellent. Okay, taking a look at this, that looks fine. Do we want to start annexing, say, Varana at this point? It's probably something we can do. Might be a bit tough. But maybe we want to keep working economically for right now. That might not be a terrible idea. We're at minus 5 to 7k right now. Noted. Keep in mind that the vast majority of this is all coming down to construction goods, right? We just need to work our way through these government administrations for now. I saw us pop up positive there, but I think that's because we briefly weren't actually constructing with what we finished with there. Okay. We're definitely going a little bit backwards in terms of cost. Iron is expensive, wood is expensive, paper is expensive, market access is non-great. And there's not much we can do about the market access until we get railroads. There is nothing we can build other than ports to increase our... Wait, ports don't even increase our infrastructure at this point. Okay, that's exciting. If we went to cargo ports, they would. And we're going to do that. Cool. So there we go. We do have access to the British market, but it's not perfect. And we knew that this would be the case. So that's completely fine for now. And we're working our way through these government administrations, but maybe we should look to expand here. I'm strongly thinking about it. Britain may join either side or remain neutral. Surely they're not going to side against us. We're their protectorate. It is in their favor for us to win this battle. Let's start this up. I'm going to mobilize this guy, and I'm going to mobilize this guy as well. I'm not going to turn up our military for the time being, our military budget for the time being. We'll see how this goes. 31. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. For the time being, of course, we are continuing to construct these government administrations. We probably want to bring this guy up. 44% construction efficiency, so that has improved by a good amount. But I want to continue to construct in Gondar for right now. Yeah, that's still chilling at minus 5. What is going on with that anyway? Just a turmoil? Sure. How are we doing on changing to level 2 law enforcement? 16 weeks. Okay, so that'll help all of that, right? Minus 10k. That's a bit of a yikes, but that's just because we're mobilized. It should be fine. We can always pause our construction and pay off this debt pretty easily, in theory. But I don't think that's necessary. So we're going to go take over this area, and I don't think that we're going to see our annual projected pop growth go up enough to get another construction. So I think for now, our construction is fine where it's at, in theory. Assuming that I'm correct on this feel. And yeah, our peasant numbers are definitely dropping, so that does seem to be okay. Britain did lean towards us. Good. But they're going to declare neutrality, and that's completely fine. So for the time being, we're going to crank up our military wages to here. Actually, should we go to here? That'd only be another 300 per week. Do it. So we're going to have our values ticking up over time here. We have a numerical advantage, and we're otherwise identical. It's going to be a little hard to break into their territory, I suspect. They are not attacking. Noted. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, we're winning. I did not expect to initially be winning these battles. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Demoralization is a problem. No doubt about that. And yeah, then it flips around. And I think that's just due to that demoralization. So I'm not surprised that we lose this first battle. I was surprised it was going as well as it did, to be honest. Cool. So we lose that battle, but that did go actually quite well. Our law enforcement investment goes up. Minus 22k, huh? That's definitely a bit spicy. No doubt about that. But look at that. With the law enforcement investment, we're at plus 5% in Gondar and minus 40% in Somaliland. So we probably want to continue to bring up at least 1 or 2 more government administrations here. I really wish we could drag and drop this. That would be really, really nice. I'm going to do this for now. We're going to continue working through that. Our primary expenditure here, I mean, interest is building up, but it's still mostly construction goods. Primarily iron. Which does, of course, mean that we want to work on these iron mines fairly soon. We have an artillery input goods shortage in the British market. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, we've lost a couple of battles over here, which was reasonably expected. We still have a numerical advantage on them. This battle appears to be going well for now. Very well, in fact. I'm keeping an eye on these here. They're... well, it's flipping wildly. Okay. So we're probably... Well, do they have the numbers, though? Yes, I think they do. Barely. They barely had the numbers there. Cool. So we should be able to... start winning here quite soon. Quite soon. These battles are going better than I expected. We're both exhausted. Let's see how this next one goes. This is going really well here. They blundered. We have mud. That's unfortunate. But it's still good. We rolled well here, and this is a victory for us. A really solid victory for us. From here, it's going to be much tougher for them. Cool. So our finances are looking problematic, right? Military wages is a big part of this. Or relatively big. We need to wrap up this battle, but the reason I wanted to do this is to boost up our income. That's the primary reason. So we're building these government administrations down to 37.9% construction efficiency here. Sure. And we're running a lot of shortages in the British market right now, including, there was an iron shortage in the British market. That is what's going on here. Okay. We should probably start cycling in these iron mines at this point. Admiralty has been unlocked. Cool. Gold discovered in New South Wales. We should definitely start working on these. Even though it's low construction efficiency, we need the iron. So we're going to let that happen. We are winning these battles over here, and we're about to win this war. So that's looking great. We're going to continue to conquer areas over here, for the record. We're going to be pretty warlike as we expand, under the protection of Britain. Beautiful. So they've only got this one area left here. And let's see how this attack goes. It should, in theory, be pretty good. We do need to get these iron mines built. We're not building this fully at this moment. Okay, 21 weeks. That's not so bad. And it looks like we did not quite take over this entire area. That's fine. One more battle, potentially. Maybe two, but probably one. Out of curiosity, would they accept peace at this point? Actually, yes, they would. So we're going to do peace here. Perfect. Now, of course, we're going to turn our military wages back down. That'll save us a little bit of money. Not much, but a little bit. We should also, if we have not begin incorporating there, and we have begun incorporating, that's part of Amhara, so that's completely fine there. We definitely want to get Amhara under our control in its entirety. We'd like to take Eritrea as well. We're going to have to fight Egypt for that, and that's going to be slightly problematic. We'll see how that goes. For now, of course, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to work on getting these construction costs down a little bit. Getting these iron mines online will be a big part of that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.